So now we are live on YouTube, and I will start number one, and I'm going to introduce myself. So, as you guys know, my name is Daiane. I'm from São Paulo, and I work as a data scientist for an American startup. Oh my God, just let me mute this video here. And Rubens, can you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, my name is Rubens. I'm from Londrina, Paraná. I'm 35 years old. I'm married. I'm agronomist, right, Charles? And that's it.
Awesome. Charles, you'll be next.
Hello, everyone. My name is Charles Lopes, 42 years old. I guess more old guy here in this meeting, but okay. Married, 2 daughters. I was born in Brasilia, but I live in Santarém City, north of Brazil, Amazon forest, more than 50 years. And my profession is agronomy, like Rub said. Nowadays, I work as a satellite images analyst in the governmental office, in environmental area. And I think that's it for today.
Hey, awesome. Thanks, Charles. Karina, today it's hotter than last week over there, right?
Yeah, it's my second class. So my name is Karina. I'm from São Paulo, but I currently live in Cabo Frio, Rio. I live here for 5 years. I work with tourism, and I'm a social media analyst in a coding school named Baiju's Future School. That's it, I think. I live with my cat only. That's okay.
Hey, awesome. Kate, please.
I'm from Rio Grande do Sul. I'm married and I am in a career transition to development. And that's it, guys.
Kay and Mariana, welcome.
Hi everyone, my name is Mariana. I am 23 years old. I'm from Rio Grande do Sul too. I live with my parents and I work in the intern, from the juridic area. And it's my first class.
Okay, awesome. So Mariana, as is your first time here, just let me explain really quick how TNT works. So today, this is not a regular class like grammar, I'm not an English teacher, I'm just a host, and we are here to talk. So today we're going to talk about the past, but we have several times. You can look at the agenda and schedule, every day we have a lot of different hosts, and in each meeting we have a different topic. Okay, so but if you are looking for grammar classes, if you want to take English classes, we have a pro and in the platform, so you can choose over there. But today we are just here to talk, so no anyone's going to correct you. Okay, so be comfortable. You can be yourself, no worries. Okay. So let's start, guys. Karina, can you read it's first question, but actually it's the number 2, and answer, right, please.
Mm-hmm. For the past 20 years, what has changed the most in our lives, sorry. So the past 20 years, I was in my first job yet, studying in a university in my first graduation, living with my parents in São Paulo, in just it, nothing to do, going to the parties and whatever. Like very old. I'm 38 now. Yeah. a long time ago.
Okay, awesome. Kate, can you answer, please?
The thing that most changed is myself, because I was 16 years old 20 years ago, So as Karina, I was living with my parents and I was studying in the high school. And I think my mind had changed a lot of this time. But if we are talking about our lives in general, I think there are two things that changed a lot from then to now. Is the technology that make things easier, and the culture, the ways to think.
Yeah, exactly. I think technology has changed
Yeah.
a lot.
A lot.
And it had a huge impact in your minds too, the difference in culture. A lot of it is because of technology, because it brings other ways of thinking and other ways to communicate. And now, for example, we can know cultures in all over the world without going out our houses, and it brings an openness of our mind, I think so. It's one of the good things of technology, but there are bad things too. So.
Yeah, exactly. True, completely agree. Mariana, you were a kid 20 years ago, right? So what has changed the most for you?
I think everything has changed in the 23 years because I probably have 2 years and I grow up. I start a relationship. I start my university school. So I think for me is all my life changed in this time.
Okay, and Rubens?
I think for me, everything changed in this time, My marital status, I was single, now I'm married with 2 kids, and now I have a family. I moved from another city like 5 times in this time. And my professional, I was studying, now I'm agronomist and I'm graduated. I'm working in this job for 10 years. By the way, my education changed. Things that I was like, I didn't like anymore. I don't know, a lot of things changed.
Yeah, like everything in your life, right?
Yeah.
And Charles, how about you?
So I will choose talk more the general changes, and in my point of view, I guess communication in general too, phone, cell phone, television, and I think this change was the biggest and the most important in our current life, I guess. Yes, I will not talk about my change because, oh my God, it's so many. That's it. And how about you, Dai?
Well, I think 20 years ago, I was like 9 years old, 10, so I was a kid. So I wasn't so like a baby as Mariana, but I was a kid. And I think, as Charlie said, talking about the general idea, the big picture is like the way we communicate, or like Kate said, the technology. Because I remember when I was like 10 or 11 years old, I used it to use the phone a lot to talk with my friends. And now we don't see the kids doing this kind of stuff anymore. So I think, I mean, the technology, the overall has changed the most. And I think it's the big changes in our life. So yeah, that's it. And talk about communication. Let's jump to number 6 because it's about communication. Kate, as you said about technology, can you read, please?
Okay. About communication, do you remember how we used to communicate with each other? We normally used, I don't know how to say it in English, public phones, orelhão, in Portuguese, I am from this time, so we used that, I don't know, fishes, coins, little coins. And after that, we had the cards to put in the public phone, it was so funny. And you needed to go out of your house, find a public phone and call someone. And it was expensive, I remember the first phone we had, the first cell phone, it was huge, like, I don't know the word, but no, it was huge. You put it in your pants and the pants goes down, It was really funny. And I remember too, my father worked with cell phones and telecommunication. I don't know how to say it in English, and communications, and they used these cell phones inside box to build networks of communication, It was really interesting, but it's really hard. I remember when I was a teenager, I already had a cell phone and it was really tiny, but like it was expensive for my parents, for example, so I needed to take care the way I use it. And I mostly I use it to go to my house, my friend's house, to talk with them and not stay at the cell phone.
So funny when we remembered how was the past. Mariana, how about you?
Something that I remember that I use for communication is MSN, and I think don't change a lot because now you have WhatsApp, but I remember that I use that button that you click and all the tela just shake I think it's something that I miss this. When somebody ignore me, I want to take a bottle and check out the things.
Yeah, MSN was so funny because there was this feature that you could shake the other people window, and another, remember guys, the pop-up when people start logging in, logging out, off, and the people showing up in your screen was terrible. And Charles.
Oh my God, it's difficult one. See, if Mariana and Kate remember orelhão, I remember the smoke communication. All right, I guess I have a double of age these girls. Oh, it's I'm so old, and I remember when telephone fix. I don't know why fixed phone. It started to exist, I guess, in my age when I was 10 or 50 years. Fixed telephone. It was not common in every house. Only 2 or 3 persons on my village could have a phone, and maybe the most part of people communication through the letter. I remember this, I guess. But I live and I live it and I grew up in a small city. So I think it's different in other cities like big city, Brasilia, São Paulo, things like that. But I remember well. Yes, and you, Rubens, I guess you are the other more old guy here.
I think the same. The technology is the thing that changed. Because I remember it was not 20 years ago, but 15 years ago when I went to my internship for the first time in the US. I need to buy a card, to call for my parents here in Brazil, and it's the only way that I had to talk with them. We have some emails and chat, and on voice, it's only for the public phone. You buy a card and insert a card and call for Brazil. So nowadays you have a lot of ways to do this.
Okay, awesome. And Karina.
Yeah. So changed a lot communication. I remember my father had a pager. Do you remember? Do you old guys remember? It's a small aparelho. I don't know. You need to call to the central and send the message and she type the message and the people receive it in this little thing. It was impressive. So, but I use it to communicate with my friends by letter. I love send the letter and that the expectation to receive the response, the answer it's very, very amazing. My friends in the other side of Brazil and even in other country. I had a friend that went to study abroad, and I have to talk to her only on the weekends because the internet was for free from posts. One post from the weekend, something like that. I don't remember. Was very, very interesting. It's different, and that's it. I think communication changed a lot. I remember MSN, ICQ before MSN, and today we have a mobile anywhere. It's so easy. And people, in the same time, people are so far, so distant from each other's.
Yeah, true. And okay, number 3. Let's go back to number 3. Charles.
How about you? What do you remember, Guy?
Oh gosh, I remember everything you guys said. I mean, I don't remember the ICQ. I remember. I think my brother, who's older than me, he used it to use, but I don't remember using this. And someone said about laggard, and I just came across my mind we don't see orelhões anymore in the streets, but we don't see those box from Correios anymore. You remember when there's some like
true.
Yeah, and when you need to put the letter and and someone just said about it and just came to my mind because it's something that we don't talk about it and we don't see anymore, and it's okay, just disappeared and we don't even notice that is no longer
Simple like
there.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes I receive some letters, but it's from like banks or something like this. I don't remember. I don't remember receiving a letter at all. Yeah, it's so yeah, that's it. So Charles, now your turn. Number 3, please. Can you read?
All right, in your command. 1 minute. 3. If you could choose only things that has changed the most for the better, what would it be? I think I already doing this communication. Yes, that's it. And if I got well the question, I think that's it. So, Kate.
I think it's technology that had changed most for the better and had a huge impact in our lives, you know. I think that's it, because everywhere else for me seems to be for these developments, you know.
What we are doing right now, it's about technology, right?
Exactly. Most of us are like, even Rubens and Charles, you know, they work with satellites and things like that, processing. No, I don't know how to say it in English, you know. I think they use a lot of technologies too that even exist before. And all of our workers without technology these days, we just would not know how to do it without technology, you know. It's not like 20 years ago that you could like, for my father, for example, he can construct a house with just his hands on the material, you know. He doesn't need anything else because he has this knowledge inside himself. And but I don't, you know. I need technology to do my work, to search things, and tools that technology brings to do my work. Without them, I couldn't do it just with myself and my hands, you know.
Yeah, true. And Mariana, how about you?
I think technology changed a lot, but if I can talk about different, I think something that changed for better is the style of the persons. Because I remember when I was a kid and my clothes is terrible styles. I think today the person's using something better. I don't know what you use in the future, but I think today is better than the past.
Okay, and Karina, what do you think?
Yeah, so the things are changed for better in the very ways, but in the other hands, I think the people are more brave online, out of your computers. We can do, I think nowadays we can have more haters. This is a bad way from the technology, or anyways. I don't know if I understand the question very well, but this is my point of view.
Okay, awesome. But let's just answer the next one, which is the thing that has changed the most for the worse. So as Karina said, I think it's kind of now people, how can I say, like we have more information and to express our ideas is easier than the past.
Definitely.
So maybe I think in general it's a good thing because we can talk and we can express our ideas, but sometimes we have this, especially this fake news and people who not like, it's not oh my god, it's hard to say, but bad people, you know. So people just using this information to, and this easier way to communicate in a bad way. So
Yeah.
I think it's one thing that has changed for the worst, but in general, it's a good thing because a lot of people can talk and we can talk about oh my God, I don't know how to pronounce this word. Divergence.
Diversity.
Yeah,
Diversity.
exactly. Thanks. And this kind of stuff. And what do you think, Kate?
I think it's our laces. I don't know if I say laces in English, are bound, because now we can find many people from over the world, but our bonds are weaker than they were before. Like you have more close friends, you have more contact with your own family. I think so. And our bonds were stronger than they are now. Now they are more flexible, more tiny. I don't know if this is the word, but I feel that our bonds were really stronger before, and their bonds are very important in our lives. So I think that changed for worse.
Yeah, good point. But maybe because it's so easy to meet new people, so I think people are like taking this kind of things for granted. I don't know,
you're
maybe.
right.
And Charles, how about you? What do you think?
Oh, the question asked for one thing only, but I think I will use more than one. And at first, I think the way our society distributing the food nowadays. I will use this because I'm agronomy and I know our planet have capacity to allow fornecer, I don't know, food for everyone, but the society don't distribute well our food, and some food lost your quality in the way between the farm and the house of the people, and it's very sad for me. And we don't learn about, we don't improve nothing about this. And as a second, I think you already mentioned this, Dai, and I think it's a result from the communication. It's the lie and the gossip for fuck. It's the worst thing for me nowadays. And right now in our election, maybe this bad tool will be used a lot. I think that's it. How about you, Karina?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. But let's see, this year we have a lot of events happening, like World Cup and elections. People are going to be crazy, I think that. So I think that's it.
I think only Mariana would love to answer. What do you think, Mariana?
I think something worse that happened today is that a person don't do more exercise. So I think your saúde in Portuguese has changed for worse than the past, because in the past the person think about how they eat, think about I need to do exercise because I need a quality of life. But today the person stay sit all the day and eat industrial food, don't have this passion for cook and put things good in your body.
Yeah, you're right. And especially because everything now, like we are always on a rush. So, and I think in the past we used to have like the woman was at home, was not working outside for companies. So looking at this perspective, it's a good thing because now women can work now, and it's more common. But on the other hand, we need to like order food on iFood and buying some food that not so good for our health and this kind of stuff. So yeah, that's
Yeah, because I'm sorry, the people nowadays have no time to cook anything. This is why they eating unhealthy foods anyway.
yeah,
There's
exactly.
good and bad things. Yeah.
So okay, it's number 5. Is there anything that hasn't changed from the past until nowadays? And I'm gonna start with these questions, and I was thinking about this something that hasn't changed, and I think transportation. And I mean, of course, nowadays we have Uber, we have some kind of ways to like call a car and this kind of stuff, but it hasn't changed. It's still a car, and it's still this kind of the same car because just changed some features in the car, but it's still a car. And it still have the subway and airplane. I mean, it's nothing anything new. Like, oh, now you have a flying car. No, we don't have anything so different. So, in my opinion, transportation is thing that hasn't changed. So, Charles, what do you think?
Oh, I try to find something, but I don't know what don't changing. I I really don't know. I will try, and in the end of the meeting, if I find I will tell you. That's it, I guess.
Okay.
I don't listen the last question about Rubens, I guess, and I really interested in know what are your thoughts.
Yeah, I think Ruben has left, but yeah. Kate.
Sorry, it's because I cannot see. I'm on my cell
I
phone.
see.
Oh,
Oh, sorry. Yeah, he left
all right.
10 minutes ago.
Okay, I agree with you. I haven't thought about the transportation, but you're right. They are the same, right? And it's very boring we need to get a car and go in the traffic and things like that. I really would like to have the teletransportation, It will be amazing. But there are other things I talked about. There are the books. Books haven't changed, they are still there and we still use them. There are the book readers now, but I don't think it will be just one more thing that you can use, There will not be a substitution. How I can say it?
Maybe replace.
Replacement, yes. There will not be a replacement. Thank you.
Yeah, good point. Books, I haven't thought about it. Karina, what do you think? You are muted.
Sorry, I was muted. I was reading again the question. If there anything that hasn't changed from the past until nowadays. So I can't think in any points. I agree with the books. Has still the same. I think the books we don't change. I don't remember. I cannot think in anything, in any answer at the moment about it. But I'm gonna.
It's
still
difficult,
think.
but it is difficult because a lot of things has changed.
Yeah. So maybe in the future, people are the guys will don't learn to drive because nowadays there's Uber, there's a lot of facilities in transportation. I was reading a new said this. The new generation they don't drive a lot like the past one. Maybe these things will be changed.
Okay, and Mariana, what do you think?
I don't think in a thing in the world. I think something for myself. That is the love of my parents. I think this don't change, and it's still the same like the first time they took me in the arms. And it's something that is the only thing that I think don't change at all.
Yeah, our feelings. For it, and it's good, right? Because can you imagine if our feelings had changed? So nice. Karina, can you read the number 7, please?
About hobbies, what we used to do in the past but that we don't do any longer. Take my roller patins. Take my rollers. I don't have any time to do it again. I don't know if I still know how to do it, but I used to love to do it in my past when I was teenager, and take some. Do you remember when you buy a CD for any singer? There is a card over there with the lyrics. I use it to take a dictionary and try to translate every word. So archaic. I don't know. This is my hobbies on the weekends when I was in the school when I was teenager.
So funny to remember.
Yeah,
What
no,
you
it's
used to do.
ridiculous.
Mariana, you don't have like an idea how it would be, right? So Mariana, what were your hobbies and that you don't do nowadays?
Something that I don't do more, but I want to start to do again. It's write poesy. I don't know why I don't do that more. I think we don't write things today, but I like.
Okay, nice. Charles.
In the same line, the Karina collection bottle cap of soda, tampinha de garrafa, não existe mais. I guess I remember this, but have others like play football, but it's more fun, I guess. I will bring this because it's more fun. And nowadays we don't have anymore cruise, refrigerant, soda, old soda like cruise and others. Do you know cruise? No, it's very old. But it's okay. That's it. And you, Kate?
We used to watch movies together in my family, and we needed to go to a rental place to get the movies, you know. So it was really funny to go to the rental place and choose a movie or movies to watch during the weekend. and we don't do it anymore. And it was like one of the nice parts was to go to the place and choose, you know. Now we have Netflix, so you can just choose with one click, and that's it. And I remember the roller skate to Karina, it was so nice. And I remember that streets are really good to roller skates, right? Nowadays, here where I live, it's impossible to use a roller skate at the street because the street is very broken, you know. So this changed a lot too.
Yeah, and Charles said about these collection things, and I remember when I was a kid, my father was living in Japan, so the only way we could communicate was by phone, and there was cheaper than here in Brazil. And he used to call a lot, so he used to buy a lot of those cards, you know, this public telephone cards. And it was like so different, so amazing, with a lot of landscape in Japan with snow. And he was like, when it was done, because there was kind of credit that card, right? So when the card was done, he used to just keep. And when he was in Brazil, he brought me, and he used to bring me. And yeah, I had a lot, so we could buy how can I say, it's like a pasta, you know, a pasta to save, to keep the card. And it was so different. And I don't know why I was collecting this stuff, but it was beautiful, you know. I think it's the same as Charlie said about the soda and this bottle.
Yeah, Dai. I have a friend at the school when I was a kid. There's a lot of parents in Japan, and I saw this type of cards. It's very beautiful. It's totally different from our Brazilian cards. It was like
even the
a
material
delicate card. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I remember this.
The plastic was different, and the photos and my images and a lot of things were so different. So I use it to collect them. Okay, number 8. Kate, can you start, please? Number 8.
Okay. Do you think education has become more accessible to the population? What do you think has gotten better and worse? Yes, I think it's more accessible, but I think its quality is really worse. I don't know. It's my impression, at least. I already worked in a college, because before I tried the career of a teacher, and I didn't like it, not because it's not nice to teach, but because of the ambient where the kids are inserted to, you know. Because of it, I didn't like it. I think the education has become more accessible because we have internet, for example. The government has programs to put more access in rural areas, for example, and schools at this longer places, you know, where the access is difficult. But at the same time, I don't know if the quality is better. I have the impression that the quality of the learning, at least at the younger ages, are not better, you know. Maybe it's the same, but nowadays it shouldn't be the same, you know. It shouldn't be much different than, like, why to learn some things that you will never use in your life. Things like that.
Yeah, I have some feeling, especially in public schools. I think the quality is worse, because my mom said she used it to have French classes. So nowadays we don't have we're not even having the English classes. So
yeah,
we might haven't take the English French classes. It's so different. And Charles, what's your opinion?
I don't like to follow other person all the time, but unfortunately, I cannot go away from the Kate answers. I guess that's exactly this. Uh, the communication become better. We can find opportunity to listen or watch things about the world in everywhere. Same in the farms, in the isolated areas like indigenous tribes. But unfortunately, the people of our population don't have discipline for extract knowledge from this way. I guess this technology. Yeah, I think we improve a little education, but I think could be better. I guess that's it. That's it for me, Dai. How about you? What do you think?
Yeah, as Kate said, I think education has become like I think it has improved the access to education. So you can learn any language or almost any language nowadays. In the past was so difficult to learn, and okay, I'm gonna take, I don't know, German classes. It was so expensive. So if you don't have money or your parents don't have money, you couldn't do it. And learning by books was so difficult, and yeah, so this kind of stuff, technology as well. So I think nowadays we can Google, and you can watch videos on YouTube. It's easier, but the basic, I mean, the high school, especially public schools, it's worse. But it's not because technology, it's because our government, it's because the investments and this kind of stuff. So that's it. Mariana, what do you think?
I think the same. I think it's more accessible. But I think something is worse is that we don't know if this information that you are accessible is something true or not. I have a lot of information that I don't know if it's something truly or not, is information that someone just put there for like fake news.
Yeah, because it's so easy nowadays to post things and to record something. So yeah, we need to filter this kind of stuff. And Karina, have you answered?
Not yet.
Okay.
So I totally agree with you guys, but I think the most problem is our governments. I don't know if you guys see the news this week. Elon Musk was in Brazil trying to negotiate like a Starlinks and Amazon, and from the people that doesn't have internet. So, but in real life, here in where I live, my neighbors have kids at the school, and yesterday they are talking about of this because of the pandemic. The kids haven't to go to school, and they are some online classes from the public schools online, but the quality was very bad. And now they are going to pay for extra classes, like a refuerzo, because they then even learning last year like a mathematics, like math and some specific classes. So there's the sad way.
Yeah, and this pandemic was really tough for like very poor people, like because some kids don't have the computer or internet or good space to study, and it's complicated. If you have like if you have your room, a kid has your room, and their parents help with the studies, it's easier, but we know that poor kids don't have this kind of stuff, so
difficult.
guys, yeah, we have some minutes, so let's answer number 9 about occupations. You guys can think about any role in the past that doesn't exist nowadays, so we used to have and we don't have nowadays. And so Mariana, can you remember our occupation?
No, I don't remember. Maybe it's something that having some seats in mind don't have, is that man that stay in the bus, take the money. In my seat don't have more this, is a car that you pass, but it's the only one that I remember.
Yeah, that's exactly the job I was thinking about. I don't know how is the name in English, but it's like the guy who charges and who use it to charge it, because nowadays we don't have it.
I don't remember the name in Portuguese.
It's here was cobrador in São Paulo, but I think in Rio it's a different
Trocador.
name. Yeah, exactly. Trocador. So, Charles, what do you think?
Yes, I start make some list and translate because I don't know. Ferreiro, sapateiro, but not sapateiro. They fixed shoes, but sapateiro that made shoes. In my age, when I was 6, 7, 10 years, we don't have shoes there. One fábrica. Sorry, I forgot. In my age, we have a sapateiro. They make shoes. Alfaiate, a lot of, but don't exist anymore. It's only come from the industry. Yes, I'm a little old.
Yeah, also I haven't thought about zapateiro. I don't know how to say in English, but yeah, true. I remember when I was a kid, used to see small spaces.
Yes, we need to go there and get our size, and we need to wait for 2 or 3 weekends. Yes, it's a little different than today. Sapateiro show mark. That's it.
Different. So, Karina, what do you think?
Yeah, I remember nowadays we don't have more typing features like a datilografia. There's a really school was like a it's a main knowledge to find a job. You need to do this course because it was very impressive. Another job was a telephonist. When you're calling in the company and ask to talk in another department, and the telephonist attend. Who would you like to talk? Would you like to talk a financial department? That's okay, and transfer your call. This doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it's so funny. Kate, what do you think?
Okay. There are many, I think so, but I can remember then the first one that I talked was the ticket collector of the bus too. But I remember a type of story that I haven't seen anymore. That was, we call here in South armazéns. That is just a little tiny place, where there are some groceries, just some groceries. They used to stay in the villages, but nowadays you have markets everywhere, so I never saw any this type of place anymore. So I thought of this type of place, but I can remember a specific function, a specific role besides the ticket collector.
Okay, guys, awesome. So, guys, today was amazing. I had a really fun, and I send you guys the survey if you guys can answer, please. And yeah, that's it. And I hope you guys have a good Wednesday. And next week, please come, guys, because we are talking about idioms. So we are going to talk about like be on the ball, cut corners. So this English idiom. So I think it's gonna be really fun. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was really nice.
Thank you, guys. Was a very nostalgic class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.